Weishaupt and Pike had both said that those brilliant-minded international gangsters that were determined to enslave the lesser beings were to provide for their own safety and protection by establishing sanctuaries before each of the succeeding wars broke out. And that pattern has been maintained ever since the French Revolution, which broke out in 1789. In no revolution, be it the French revolutions, and there's been several of them, the Spanish revolutions, the German revolutions, the British revolutions, your American revolutions, the Austrian, or any other revolution, have any of the members of the Illuminati or their families been harmed, nor has their properties. They were always safely hidden away in sanctuaries. That is why Switzerland was the biggest sanctuary of the lot. It was made a neutral country, so those directing both sides of the wars could meet and discuss how they would continue them or bring them to an end. With the advent of the atomic bomb, they just didn't know what to do, because before they could let the masses use atomic weapons and nerve gas to destroy themselves in still greater numbers, they had to know what part of the earth's surface was safe for their own miserable hides. They couldn't afford to get contaminated with atomic fallout, or to be burnt with nerve gas, which means death. So what did they do? After the two bombs were exploded on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, they started a series of explosions all over the world. Britain, Soviet Russia, Australia, the United States, whose governments are all controlled at the top by these devils in human form. They popped off a bomb here, they popped off a bomb there, and they had their nuclear scientists all over the world measuring the atomic fallout so that they could find, if possible, places in which they could be perfectly safe while we were cutting each other's throats from ear to ear. It is not generally known, but Germany could have won World War II hands down. But they were not allowed. These Illuminati, who were behind the government of Germany, had strict instructions that the German Empire and the Nazi Party were to be destroyed. And I defy any member of the American High Command to deny this statement. The German army had sufficient nerve gas stockpiled 2 years before the war ended to have wiped out the whole population of Britain, France, and the United States had they been allowed to use it. Now, nerve gas is the most lethal weapon. The satanic inspiration has enabled the mind of man to discover this. It is nothing more or less than the pure essence of fluorine gas. And it is so deadly and so devilish in its characteristics that if one single drop, even though it be highly diluted, comes in contact with the flesh of any living creature, it will travel along the nerve trunks and paralyze the breathing apparatus and thus cause death. There is only one antidote to that, and that is atropine. But atropine would have to be injected immediately the first strangling sensation was experienced, and you would have to keep injecting it until you could get out of the contaminated area and get further medical help. The members of the armed forces of your country and mine are being equipped with atropine outfits. But what about the civilian population? Now, one of the devilish features of nerve gas is this. wipe out the population of Chicago or New York or any big Canadian city and not do one single dollar's worth of property damage. Now, all this nonsense about the fear of atomic bombs is just getting the masses into a state of fear that they'll go off half-cocked and agree that it's essential to contain Russia or something else to have another world war. These men that have the wealth and the power in their hands and secretly administer that power behind the scenes of government are not going to destroy billions and billions of dollars worth of property when they can take over by using a few dollars worth of fluorine gas. They call it nerve gas because they figured it would interfere with their idea to promote fluoridation if the public got to know that nerve gas is nothing but the pure essence of fluorine gas and gaseous form.